see my religion, and automatically they start formulating stereotypes, ideas, impressions of who I am as a person, of who I am in regards to my own worldview and in regards to my own character. Many people, now I'm not saying everyone does this, but I've noticed a lot of people, or maybe it's, no, I take that back, a good portion of people look at not just me, but any Christian, any person who holds to any particular religion, and they start forming different ideas, different stereotypes, different impressions of who that person is, based solely on that person's religion. Now, I believe in my religion because I do. I'm not saying that my religion is not a part of who I am, because it is. I'm not saying that. And I'm not saying that Christianity is the most important aspect of my life. I'm saying that. I'm not saying it's not. But here's what I'm thinking. Here's what I'm proposing. Why is it that you meet a random person, they tell you what they believe, whether it's Christian, atheist, Muslim, you name it. Automatically, different impressions of who that person is start forming in the other person's head. I'll give you a couple examples. If I meet a random person, whether it's on the internet, on the street, or whatever, they may not be saying it to my face, but they may be thinking of all these different ideas of who I am based on the fact they know that I follow a religion. For example, some people would say who don't know me, if I tell them I'm a Christian, certain ideas come popping. I'm not. Or they may think that I'm a right-wing conservative. My point is this. Is all you see my Christianity? Is that all you see? Automatically, whenever someone who does not understand a certain religion, or understands it but hates it with absolute passion, they will start to form stereotypes about people who follow that particular religion, me included. I'm not saying being first in my religion. What I'm asking is, how come is my religion that people take into account of who I am, rather than me as a whole, as who I am as a character, as a human being? That's not to say that ideas are not going to be formed. I'm not going to be perfect. But is my Christianity the only thing you see as I am as a person? I'll give you a couple examples. Not in my religion, but in Islam. A lot of Muslims, especially as terrorists or police, or being support groups like Al Qaeda or the Taliban. Now, I'm not an expert on Islam. A long time ago, not to stereotype a Muslim based on his religion. Now, that doesn't mean I don't acknowledge that their religion is a part of who they are, or they are. But I'm not going to go as far as to say that all I see is their religion. All I see is their Islam. I see them all as one human being. Multiple complexities, multiple beliefs. The only difference between me and a Muslim is that we have different religions. But what we have in common is that we breathe the way we live. Let's go back to my point about who I am as a person when people only see my Christianity. For example, my Christianity is my religion, but that only makes up a part of who I am as an individual human being. Like, I have taste in like different movies. Like, for example, one of my favorite movies is Apocalypse Now. One of my favorite, Charles Bukowski. The interest in learning about other things that's not always about Christianity. You get the point. Sometimes I have anger problems where I admit I sometimes lose my temper, or I sometimes complex complexity of one person's human intellect. What is the point of judging someone based solely on their religion? The biggest problem I see with people who don't understand how religious people are is that they don't take into account of their complexity. All they see is their religion. Hence why there's a lot of anti-religious bigotry in the world. Of course, you can just easily say the same thing about racism, homophobia, etc. But that's not the point. That's not the point of this video. The point is this: we need to get to a point where we need to stop seeing individual people based solely on their religion. Because if all you see is my Christianity, then you don't know who I am.